Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Insider coach, it's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you as well. During this win streak, the defensive rating has been top in the league. Wondering if that's been sort of the big catalyst for this winning streak, or just a piece of it. Thoughts from anyone on that?
Yeah, I think it's certainly been part of it. We've talked about breaking the season into 2 seasons, and first half just wasn't as good as we needed to be in order to be a high level team. And so I thought that our athletes did a really good job of honing in on that, owning that, and tried to make it better.
And then the last thing, I'm curious from the player perspective as well as your perspective as a coach about, obviously as a coach and your staff, you contribute a lot to this team. But I'm curious, how can you quantify the value that you and your staff are bringing to helping the individual and the team?
I don't know if you can quantify it. I think, that's as all coaches, right? That's our jobs. Our jobs are to try to put the players in the best position for them to be successful as individuals. And that will help our team be successful. And so I think, you guys can answer this question. I think we've tried to do that to the best of our abilities, and having player buy-in. I think that's where you can really not quantify it, but you can really measure it as how much player buy-in you get by doing it that way. So.
Well, the coaches and the staff, they really just give us all the resources necessary just to allow us to be the best versions of ourselves on the court, whether that's massage on the road and just the food, film, spending time individually watching it and just getting those workouts in. So them being available and giving us those resources, I think have helped us a lot too, and just allow us to feel like the pros that we are.
Thank you. From a player perspective, either one of you can answer just on that subject of defense. Do you find it just taking it to another level, attention to detail? What do you think has helped prompt it, a change in just better defense?
I would say that's our mindset. I mean, the coaches have challenged us. Like Coach T said, breaking the season into 2 halves. So in the second half, that's definitely up there. And our keys to have a successful second half of the season, being better defensively and just having a defensive mindset, constantly being challenged to step up our level and just maintain that level, not have any lapses in that.
As far as Connecticut, you haven't seen them since middle of June. A lot has changed for you, a lot has changed for them. All things considered, just what jumps out to you in the time you've had to prep for this game?
Yeah, the one thing that hasn't changed is them being a really good team, well coached. Obviously, I think Steph is doing an amazing job with them. I'm super well coached. AT playing at a high level. Bonner, DB, being the player that she is and consistently who she's been in this season, or in this league, playing at that level and just making plays. So I think defensively they're always pretty strong. And they're just finding the right people to make the right plays. The ball's in AT's hands, making her a decision maker. And what makes AT great is that she makes amazing basketball plays. And so we definitely have our hands, our hands full on tonight. But I think, for us, we have to continue to focus on the things that we need to be better at and the areas that we need to be better at. And force them to be uncomfortable to do things that they don't necessarily like to do in order to win games.
One more from Monique. I know you played with Cheyenne now for a number of years, but one memory for me that sticks out when we won here, Cheyenne was like, I never won in Connecticut, a lot of energy. Like, I know that was a long time ago and you got to get a game today, and I realize how that, but just considering where you're at now, this win streak, just what did that moment kind of do? Going back in time, but what a moment like that, Cheyenne's an all-star, et cetera, just what moment in a moment like that do to propel you in a season like this?
I would say it's good momentum, but we don't hang on to those wins for too long. Like, it was great in that moment, but it's game by game. This league is good and tough and so strong. So it's like you can't hold on to those moments, those memories. You have to try to create more of them and have them fuel you to do that. But each day is a new day. And so when you wake up, you're just like, this is another tough team I got to play against. Like, yesterday was yesterday. Today's it's a completely new day.
Just a quick one for me. I think one player that hasn't really gotten a lot of conversation, at least this way, is Nia, in the way that she's been playing and what she's been doing. How have you guys challenged her to continue to produce offensively as her teammates? What are you seeing out of her that you think is a bit different, that than you've seen either from earlier into this season? Just like how's it have been around her?
The ability's always been there, obviously. She's a very talented player. I think just her will to do that every game. I think that just looking for her shots more has opened up our offense a lot more, and her being aggressive to do so, I think, has been paying great dividends. So it's just been great to see her flourish, but we all knew that that's what she's been capable of doing.
I think you saw a glimpse of that from Nia last year, to be honest. Injury played Nia last year and got hurt and didn't play as many games. So I think it just took her a little bit of time to trust her body again and to get back to playing the way she started off playing last year. So like LA said, the ability was always there. There's no surprise. I think it just took Nia some time to get comfortable. And Nia's super literal. So it's like, we need this, this, and this. And she's going to try to go out there and do this, this, and this to the best of her ability. And so, once we, continue to push on her, hey, you need to be aggressive, it just was a matter of time. So like LA said, we're happy with where Nia is and how she's stepped into her own.
Good time for a couple on Zoom. Let's go to Jamila Johnson. Go ahead, Jamila.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to ask Coach, we see that Aerie is off the injury report list. What is it like to have her available, and will she be on?
I didn't catch the last part, but for us, our team is not complete unless we have everybody. And so Erie's a big piece of that. So to have her back with our team, we feel super grateful that we have a complete roster now. Anytime you go into a season, you have an idea of what you want your roster to look like, and et cetera, et cetera. And Erie's obviously a part of that for us. So having somebody with Erie's growth from last year and Erie's capability in terms of what she can do for us on the defensive end and how she spreads the floor for us on the offensive end. It's nice to be able to have somebody like that back and available for us. So we're excited to have Erie back.
Will she be on a minutes restriction?
Coach's decisions.
Okay. And this question is for the players. With this being an 11:30 a.m. start time, does that change your preparation for the game at all? I know a lot of times players will have like pre-game naps and all that. So does your preparation change?
For me, no, because this is the time that we practice, so I don't mind it.
Thank you.
Let's go to Joshua Welch. Go ahead, Joshua.
So Coach Wright, you talked a lot about consistency over winning necessarily, but you're now at 7 consecutive games. You can tie the franchise record today. What does that mean as a team? All the success that you all have, and what would it mean to reach that milestone?
Yeah, I know everybody, keeps saying seven consecutive. We see it as one game. We won one game. And that was the last game. And like Mo said, you can't hang on to those wins. Every game presents its own issues, its own problems, and you have to go out and focus on the task at hand. And for us, and today, that's Connecticut and what they're doing. Again, like I said, a very, very good team. Well-coached team, plays basketball the right way. So, we're not necessarily focusing on the past. We're looking for the future. And right now, we got one game under our belt, and we're trying to go get the second one under our belt. And so that's really been our focus. That's really been our talk, trying to stay in the moment and just focus on whatever it is that we have right in front of us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
What time?